Welcome to Oxford Community Television News. I'm Elgin Nichols, and coming up in this week's local news, 3 young ladies at Oxford High School address abusive teen relationships, and a local church has a new labor of love edition. Learn what it is. Stay tuned and learn more about these stories and others. The Oxford News begins right now. Three Oxford High School seniors, Alexis Weppel, Jessica Downs, and Breeze Mascaria, are attempting to educate students and parents to the potential dangers of abusive teen relationships. According to the National Council of Crime and Delinquency, 1 in 3 adolescents in the United States is a victim of physical, sexual, emotional, or verbal abuse from a dating partner. As their sounding platform, the trio chose DECA, an organization of Oxford students whose main objectives is to prepare students for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. The girls use self-defense classes, guest speakers, and t-shirts to emphasize identification and escape alternatives for those who are in abusive relationships. Is there anyone in our viewing area who would like more snow? Well, the weatherman tells us that there's going to be more coming. Rob Guzniak and most residents living in Addison Township have made their feelings well known. Snow is fine as long as the roads are cleared on a predictable time schedule. Township residents told the Addison Township Board that snow removal by Oakland County Road Commission is a disappointment. Craig Bryson, Public Information Officer for the Road Commission, pointed out that snow removal priorities are determined by the amounts of traffic on those roads. For example, I-75 is a high priority road. Rochester Road would be a high priority than, let's say, a side road. And Bryson noted that part of the reason that the road crews can't get to things as quickly as they used to is because they're working with 35% less manpower than they did in 2007. Soon, Oxford will be added to the list of townships transferring its fire dispatch services to Oakland County. Oxford Township has officially ended its contract with the Village 911 Fire Dispatch Services at Township Supervisor Bill Dunn's request. Oxford Village Council voted to approve a termination agreement at its January 20th meeting. The Village 911 Center will remain open to service Lake Orion Village and Oxford Village Police, so fire and EMT calls will no longer be handled by Oxford Village 911 services. It was cold, it was snowy outside, but there was plenty of wine and warmth inside the Addison Oaks Banquet Center. Last Sunday afternoon, approximately 160 residents attended the Oxford Women's Club's 10th annual wine tasting fundraiser. The ladies and gentlemen enjoyed a variety of wine from all around the world and snacked on a wide assortment of desserts. Proceeds from the event will allow the Women's Club to continue its good works, including providing scholarships to high school seniors and donated to Oxford Orion Fish, the local food pantry. Good job, ladies. This week, a special well done goes to St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Lake Orion. In 2008, parishioners rescued a beautiful old pipe organ from a closed church in Warren, Michigan. It was disassembled and moved to the St. Joseph School's basement, until which time parishioners could afford to refinish it and put it back together. And they did put it back together. Now a beautiful piece of art, it makes beautiful music, and it's been a long journey, but on January 26th, to a packed standing room only crowd, St. Joseph's Church held their dedication ceremony. That's the local Oxford news for this week. If you would like to learn more about these stories and others, stop by your local store and pick up a copy of the Oxford Leader newspaper. Coming up on OCC TV, more news. First, Oxford Local Sports with Jim Hughes, then join Dave Kinney and his automotive talk show and Science in the News programs. Right after their reports, I'll be back with your weekly calendar of events. This is Oxford Community Television News. I'm Elgin Nichols. Remember to always be kind to your friends and neighbors, and thanks for watching.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is NNAMDI ASOMUGHA. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm John Oetjens, and these stories are taken from the publication Automotive News. Ford Motor Company said it plans 13 weeks of downtime for retooling this year at plants building the F-150 as it prepares to introduce the next generation of its top-selling pickup. Ford said production would be halted for 11 weeks at the Dearborn truck plant in Michigan and for 2 weeks at its plant near Kansas City, Missouri. How Ford manages the launch of the 2015 F-150 and how customers react to the truck's lighter, more expensive aluminum body will have a significant effect on this company's profits this year. The F-Series accounted for 31% of Ford's U.S. light vehicle sales in 2013, and Morgan Stanley estimates that it generates about 90% of Ford's global profits. Details emerge of new engine batteries and much more for the fourth-generation Prius at Toyota. The fourth-generation Toyota Prius, the car that made hybrid a household word, won't arrive for at least another year. But emerging details paint a picture of a car that could be a breakthrough on multiple fronts: design, technology, and manufacturing. This month, Toyota executives shed more light on the car, saying engineers aim to equip it with powerful and lightweight lithium-ion batteries and a new ultra-efficient gasoline engine. The new engine will achieve thermal efficiency rates above 40%, compared with a maximum of 38.5% in the current Prius, the best in Toyota's fleet. Higher efficiency means more energy from internal combustion is captured to power the wheels and less is lost through heat. Toyota's global design chief has pledged that the Prius will feature a revolutionary design inside and out. For starters, TNGA calls for lower slung vehicles with more slanted stance and lower center of gravity to improve handling and engender a sportier image. It is all part of Toyota's bid to keep the Prius, the world's best-selling hybrid, at the forefront of an increasingly crowded field of electric gasoline rivals. Even excluding hybrid vehicles that don't compete with the Prius, such as SUVs and luxury sedans, it's almost inevitable that the Prius, which once had the segment to itself, will continue to lose share as rivals proliferate. Satoshi Ogiso, managing officer in charge of global product planning, drivetrain and chassis engineering, told Automotive News in November that he is targeting a fuel economy improvement of at least 8%. The Toyota Motor Company has told North American dealers to stop selling several models equipped with seat heaters made since August of 2012 after being alerted by South Korean safety officials that material in the part did not meet fire retardation standards also used in the United States. The automaker said the affected vehicles are certain 2013 and 2014 Camry sedans, Camry hybrids, Avalon sedans, Avalon hybrids, Corolla subcompacts, Sienna minivans, and Tundra and Tacoma pickup trucks equipped with seat heaters that were sold since August of 2012 when the fabric supplier was changed. The models are among the company's most popular cars and light trucks sold in the United States, but only about 8% of the 2013-14 Toyota vehicles in the U.S. have heated seats, according to Kelley Blue Book figures. All Toyota Avalons in the U.S. have heated seats. Toyota said it has alerted U.S. safety officials about the seating problem, which could result in a recall depending on what the safety agency decides. Toyota Camry hybrids probed by U.S. regulators for braking problems. U.S. safety regulators opened an investigation into an estimated 30,000 Toyota Camry hybrid electric sedans after receiving numerous consumer complaints about braking problems. The U.S. National Highway Safety Administration said it opened a preliminary evaluation into the hybrid Camry sedans from model years 2007 and 2008 after receiving 59 complaints alleging intermittent loss of assisted braking resulted in increased stopping distances. 2 accidents but no injuries were listed in the NHTSA documents. The complaints show an increasing trend with more than half received in the past 8 months, according to the NHTSA documents. Well, that's all for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm John Oetjens, and as always, as Dave says, may the wind be at your back as you cruise down life's highways. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, BJ Stapp here with Maggie, the fire safety dog from the Oxford Fire Department. Just reminding the residents of Oxford to check to make sure you have working smoke detectors. And if you are in need of smoke detectors, please visit our website or stop in at Fire Station 1 during normal business hours to fill out an application to have a free smoke detectors installed in your home.
Welcome to Oxford Wildcat News. I'm your host, John Oetjens. First in the news, the Chinese New Year is fast approaching, and this is of special importance to our local Chinese student community. We spoke with Chunchun Tang, the Oxford School's Director of International Programs.
The Chinese New Year is coming up this Friday on January the 31st. It usually falls on the lunar calendar, which means the first of the year. But every year the dates would shift. Sometimes it falls in late January and other times it falls in early to mid-February. So this year we'll actually get to celebrate the Chinese New Year with 2 groups of students from China. One group is our high school students who are here as full-time students. The other group is elementary kids. We have 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. They actually just got here last weekend, last Saturday, after a long 36 hours of traveling. And they will get to celebrate their first Chinese New Year away from their parents with us at Clear Lake Elementary School.
Oh my.
Yes.
So they're just learning where all the good restaurants are, right?
Oh, yes, yes. And the students, especially the elementary kids, I really admire how brave they have been, by traveling this far and choosing to be away from their family to embrace this new experience and adventure. And also our elementary community, including the 2 principals, Jeff Brown and Brad Bigelow, they embraced the students right away, and they've been working with our host families, who are our elementary parents. Mm-hmm. And again, all the students, even though this is their first time in the United States, they felt welcomed and embraced right away.
What ages are we talking about here?
We have 6 boys and 2 girls. All of them are 3rd graders and 4th graders.
That's pretty young.
We're talking about 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and 10-year-olds.
Yeah, that must be kind of tough to be leaving home at that age.
Yes, yes.
What types of things do you do to make them feel comfortable coming into this situation?
Mm-hmm. What we did is before they went on this trip, there was some pre-departure orientation where we prepared the students on what to expect. And also we worked very closely with our host family community, meaning the elementary parents. What we do is that every student gets assigned to an Oxford family. So they would have their host mom, host dad, and also they will have a host sibling who's of similar age or grade level as this student from China.
Right, so they are living with these people?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So that would, and they must have some English speaking abilities.
Yes, they do have some English speaking abilities, but what's nice about this is that our host families, their kids, Oxford Wildcats, are actually taking Mandarin Chinese as their work language. So you have the students from China who speak some English, and then you have the students, our very own Oxford Wildcats, who speak some Chinese.
Must be some interesting conversations.
Oh, yes.
Testing each other.
Testing each other, and they have a blast, trying to figure out exactly, what each other is trying to say. And the students, the Chinese students and our own Oxford students, they've had a great experience in spite of the snow days.
Okay, now tell me more about the Chinese New Year celebration and the particulars of what's going to be happening?
Well, the celebration is just, to look forward to the new year and also to say farewell to the year that has, left us. And what we do is the color red is big for the celebration because that is considered the color of blessing and good fortune in China. So you will see people wearing red. You will also see red decorations like lanterns or paper cuts and other decorations. And the other piece is, of course, the food. We take a lot of pride, in our cuisine as a significant part of the culture. Dumplings. Dumplings to Chinese New Year is like turkey to Thanksgiving. So it's a must-have. So on this Friday, we will have authentic Chinese dumplings available to our students to celebrate the new year.
The Congress of Future Medical Leaders is an honors-only program for high school students who want to enter a medical field. Lucretia Levy, a senior at Oxford High, has been nominated to attend their Congress and represent the state of Michigan from February 14th through 16th. Lucretia will join students from across the country in Washington, D.C. They will hear Medal of Science winners and other top medical educators who will encourage them and clue them in on what to expect as they move forward with their education. Oxford Schools wants to remind you that February is kindergarten enrollment month. You can pre-enroll online at oxfordschools.org and bring in the rest to 10 North Washington. You will need 2 proofs of residency, an original birth certificate, a health appraisal from a doctor, immunization records, a vision test, and the guardian's driver's license. Your child must be 5 by October 1st of this year. Just a reminder that Michigan law does require vision screening, and this can be done by a health department technician, a physician, or an eye doctor. To help local families, the Oakland County Health Division offers free vision screening for all incoming kindergarten students. Just call 248-424-7070 for appointments. This is Oxford Wildcat News. I'm your host, John Oetjens, and this is OCTV. Join us again next week.
I am strong.
I will not be broken.
I am not afraid.
For 10 years, Red Cross House has been celebrating the resilience of the human spirit, helping victims of home fires regroup, renew, and begin again.
I am a survivor.
I am a fighter.
I am bigger than this.
I am resilient.
Together, we can stay resilient. Support the Red Cross House. Donate now at redcross.org/Red Cross House.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm John Oetjens, and these stories are taken from the publication New Scientist. NASA astronauts may be getting a sweet new ride. Engineers at Sierra Nevada Corporation have announced that the Dream Chaser will make its first orbital flight on November 1st of 2016. The Dream Chaser is one of 3 spacecraft vying to replace NASA's retired space shuttle and restore the U.S.'s ability to send astronauts into orbit. Currently, astronauts must hitch a ride to the International Space Station in Russian Soyuz capsules. Other contenders being developed with NASA's support are Boeing CST-100 and SpaceX's Dragon. Although the Dream Chaser is small, about 9 meters long, compared with 37 meters for the space shuttle, it can nevertheless carry up to 7 astronauts and their equipment. The uncrewed flight in 2016 will launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida, and spend about a day in orbit. Sierra Nevada is planning a crewed mission for 2017. The Grand Canyon is a sprightly young 6 million years old. Just a spring chicken. The Grand Canyon in Arizona is almost 65 million years younger than we thought. Back in 2012, work by Rebecca Flowers of the University of Colorado, Boulder, suggested that the canyon formed 70 million years ago when dinosaurs still roamed. Now it seems the youngest part is just 5 or 6 million years old. Carl Karlstrom of the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque and his colleagues used thermochronology to reveal when the hot buried rocks first reached the surface and cooled. They took measurements at the base and rim in 4 sections of the canyon. One section, Music Mountain, formed 50 to 70 million years ago, as Flowers found, but the rest was still buried then. If you stand on what is now the rim of the youngest eastern part of the Grand Canyon and look up, you just see air, says Karlstrom. But 70 million years ago, you would have been covered by 2 kilometers of rock. The next section of the canyon formed 15 to 25 million years ago. But until the 2 outer sections made it to the surface 6 million years ago, the canyons were drained by different rivers. At that point, the Colorado River gouged a path along 4, creating the Grand Canyon. Karlstrom hopes that his findings will resolve some of the uncertainty about the canyon's age. We are the first group to take all the data sets and show how we can reconcile them, he says. Going up, this elevator knows. No need to press the button. Microsoft says it has trained one of its elevators to predict who wants to climb aboard. For 3 months, a Kinect camera hidden in the ceiling tracked the hallway of a Microsoft lab in Redmond, Washington. When an employee walked by, sensors noted their body movements and whether they subsequently got into the lift. After training, the AL system was able to correctly guess when to call the elevator for an incoming passenger just by looking at their gait, says lab co-director Eric Horvitz. Drone swoops and perches like a bird. Is that what a bird or a drone watching you from the telephone wire? A drone with legs can perch just like a bird or land and walk on flat surfaces. Bhargav Gayar of Vishwa Robotics in Brighton, Massachusetts, designed the legs based on those of a kestrel as an add-on for U.S. Air Force drones. A remote computer uses footage from a camera fitted to the drone to control its flight and get it into the correct position for landing. Just like a real bird, the drone has to brake sharply just above its landing site and perform a controlled stall in order to touch down. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm John Oetjens. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television, and we'll be right back after this.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we have pep talkers standing by to get you motivated for your GED diploma. Text the name Terry to 69222 for a sympathetic pep talk.
You show people what you really are.
Or for a gentle pep talk, text the name Deborah.
You know you're going to make people very proud of you.
And if that's not enough, text the name Danny for an extreme pep talk.
Prove everyone wrong. Show them you're the boss.
Get your GED pep talk and find free GED classes. Text the name of the person you want a pep talk from to 69222.
Welcome to another segment of the news we call your weekly calendar of events, where we feature your weekly calendar of local Oxford and Addison community events, including charity, special fundraisers, and general community information. Now, if you or your organization would like help to get your message out to the public, contact us for detailed information at our studio phone number 248-628-9658, or you can go to our website at occtv.org. Now, the Leonard Summer Strawberry Festival Committee is seeking volunteers to help coordinate the annual Strawberry Festival to be held July of this year. They're looking for people who want to get involved with booth rentals, entertainment, and almost every facet of interest. Requirements for all jobs: be prepared to meet nice, down-to-earth people and have fun. The Leonard Summer Strawberry Festival Committee meets at 6:30 p.m. On the first Monday of every month at Rowland Hall, 23 East Elmwood in Leonard. For more information, call Char Southerby at 248-628-5924 or Phyllis Rowe at 248-628-5471. February 8th from noon until 3 p.m., Oxford Public Library, 530 Pontiac Road, will hold an open house to introduce its new Literacy and Special Needs collection and Play and Learn Zone. Children and their families are welcome to come and test out dozens of new toys, board games, and learning tools. For more information, you can call 248-628-3034. Now on through February 8th at the Oxford Public Library, Pontiac Street, if you're a local teen who has an interest in acting or comedy, Join in on We Cause Scenes. This is a teen-run local improv group. Whose line is it anyway? Oh, it's yours. And try your hand at acting and play interactive games. But be prepared for the unexpected. All you need to get started is bring yourself and your imagination. As a teenager, you won't want to miss out on all the fun. For more information, call 248-628-3034. February is Kindergarten Enrollment Month for Oxford School District. Pre-enrollment is ongoing online at oxfordschools.org. That's oxfordschools.org. And parents should bring all required documents to the district's central office, 10 North Washington Street in downtown Oxford. Documents include 2 proofs of residency, original birth certificate, health appraisal completed by a doctor, and immunization records and vision test, and your driver's license. For more information, call 248-969-5019. Oakland County Health Division is offering free vision screening for all county children entering kindergarten. This screening is required under state law. To make an appointment, just call 248-424-7070. Addison Township and Lake Orion Townships are still both seeking volunteers for Meals on Wheels drivers. If you're a senior and you have 1 hour a week to share or 1 hour every other week, you can make sure that no senior goes hungry. For more information, you can call 248-628-3388 or 248-693-0440. Great organization. Now through February 12th, there is a silent auction going on at the Oxford Public Library. Friends at 530 Pontiac Road is auctioning several books-themed baskets, each containing a new or gently used book, plus items that go with that book. Proceeds will go to benefit the library and its patrons. For additional information, call 248-628-3034. If you have a local business, or if you are an interested person or organization that want to show your support for local Oxford school sports, music concerts, or any of the many programs broadcast from our TV station, you could become a sponsor or an underwriter on OCTV. It's easy and it's inexpensive. For more information, contact our TV station manager, Bill Service, at 248-628-9658. That number again, 248-628-9658. Or you can send a message of interest to his email address, which is manager@occtv.org. Now, we at Oxford Community TV would like our television viewing public to learn more about your club or organization's special upcoming event or charity. So if you would like to get your special event mentioned on our television show, call us at 248-628-9658 or go to our website, occtv.org. A final reminder, check our OCTV viewing schedule for my good friend Bill Service, who always has interesting local stories and interviews on our Community Access program. This is Oxford Community Television, OCTV. I'm your host, Elgin Nichols, and we invite you to join us again for the next segment of your weekly calendar of events.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the Village of Leonard.